Now the solution of this problem, we have asked the first indicated thermal efficiency. As we know that the indicated thermal efficiency is nothing but the ratio of indicated power upon amount of heat supplied or gross heat supplied. Indicated power, we know that the indicated mean effective pressure times stroke length into piston area into number of power stroke into number of cylinder divided by 60,000 kilowatt, and then this is the indicated power divided by Q supplied, amount of heat supplied. We know that that is nothing but the mass flow rate of fuel into the calorific value of the fuel. So first of all, find out the indicated power, of course in kilowatt, then the heat supplied must be in kilowatt. So indicated power, as you know that mean effective pressure rate is given as 3 bar, so 310 power 5 Newton per meter square. LANK stroke length 0.28 meter into piston area pi by 4 into diameter is given as 22 centimeter, so 0.22 meter square into the as it is a two-stroke engine, the number of RPM are equal to the number of power stroke, so therefore it is 500 RPM. Number of total cylinder, it is only 1, so into 1, K's value is 1 divided by 60,000, that much kilowatt of indicated power is available at a piston. So sum of this, it is around 26.595 kilowatt, that is the indicated power. And then amount of heat supplied, gross heat supplied by this fuel, mass flow rate of the fuel, it is given as 5 kg per hour into CV value is 42,000 kilojoule per kg, so 42,000 kilojoule per kg. So this kg get cancelled, so value of this is, we got this around this is kilojoule per hour. We want kilojoule per second because IP is kilojoule per second, so divided by 3600, that much seconds in 1 hour are available. Yes, so sum of this, it is around 58.3 kilowatt. So we are supplying 58.3 kilowatt, we are getting 26.5 kilowatt as indicated power. Therefore this indicated thermal efficiency is given by indicated power, say 26.595 divided by 58.3 into 100, so total we got around 45.6%, that is the indicated power. I mean the mean indicated thermal efficiency is 45.6%. that is the first they ask. Secondly, they ask the specific fuel consumption, brake specific fuel consumption, BSFC. So we know that this is the ratio of the mass flow rate of the fuel per unit brake power, so that is the basic specific fuel consumption or brake specific fuel consumption, amount of fuel consumed per unit brake power. So we know that mass flow rate of the fuel is 5 kg per hour available, it is given. Brake power is known as, we know that in terms of braking torque, it is not directly given the braking torque, but braking load is given 500 Newton. So we can easily find the braking torque by braking load times the radius of the brake dynamometer, as brake dynamometer diameter is given. So braking torque we can know. So brake power in terms of braking torque is given as 2 pi n braking torques divided by 60,000, that much kilowatt of braking power it is producing. So this 5 kg per hour, let it be as it is. So 2 pi n is 500 rpm divided by braking load is 500 Newton into the radius of the brake diameter. Diameter has given 1.6, so divided by 2 its radius divided by this 60,000. So that much brake power is available. So if you find out this brake power available separately, you will get this 20.93 kilojoule per second or kilowatt. So 5 divided by this 20, you will get this 0.23 kg per kilowatt hour of BSFC. So engine is consuming 0.23 kg of fuel per kilowatt hour of power, meaning thereby for 1 kilowatt per hour of power, engine is consuming 0.23 kg of fuel. That is the BSFC. Next they have asked the volumetric efficiency. Volumetric efficiency, as we know that is the ratio of actual volume of air induced to the theoretical volume or the swept volume of air or maximum volume it can induct into the combustion chamber. So we know that the theoretical volume or swept volume per unit time or per minute or per second we can calculate by using the physical dimension of the fuel, physical dimension of the engine, as swept volume is given by pi by 4 d square, that is the cross sectional area of the piston, into the stroke length L, into the number of cylinder if it is more than one, fortunately it is only one here, and into the RPM n. So finding this sum, pi by 4.22 square into 0.28 times this RPM are given 500 revolutions per minute. So revolutions per second if I want, divided by 60, so that much meter cube, 0.0886 meter cube per second this engine is inducting the air, or it can induced 0.0886 meter cube per second of air it can suck into the combustion chamber. That is the theoretical value or swept volume. And now the actual volume of air induced in combustion chamber CC, we can find it out from the atmospheric conditions, that is at NTP the pressure of air is 1 bar, which is equal to 10 power 5 Newton per meter square, and gas constant 287 joule per kg Kelvin, and ambient air temperature is given 25 degrees Celsius, which is equal to 298 Kelvin. So by using the ideal gas equation, PV is equal to mRT, we can find the value of volume of air induced into the combustion chamber, provided the mass flow rate of air is known. We can find out this mass flow rate from the air fuel ratio. Air fuel ratio is given as 30 kg of air per kg of fuel, or 30:1. Yes, 30 is to 1, that is 30 kg of air per kg of fuel. It is given. So total fuel we are sending total 5 kg per hour. So 1 hour consists of 60 minutes and 60 minutes consists of 60 into 60, that much second. So this is 30 into 5 divided by is 3600 seconds. So that much air flow we are sending into the combustion chamber. If you calculate this, it comes around 0.0416 kg per second. In 1 second we are sending 0.0416 kg of air into the combustion chamber, mass flow rate of the air. So therefore we can find out the volume flow rate from this equation. So equation number 1. So volume flow rate of air is given by this mass flow rate of air into R times T divided by this pressure of the air. So mass flow rate is 0.0416, R value is 287 joule per kg Kelvin, temperature is 298 Kelvin divided by this 1 bar 10 power 5 Newton per meter square. So we solve this volume flow rate of air, that is the actual volume of air induced into the combustion chamber. If you find it out, it will give 0.03557 meter cube per second. So that much amount of air actually we are sending into the combustion chamber, and that is the maximum value of air can be induced. So therefore this volumetric efficiency is given by actual volume, that is 0.03557 divided by this maximum, or called as soaked volume, 886, both must be meter cube per second. So if you calculate this, you will get this volumetric efficiency as 40.1% into 100, that much 40.1%, that is the volumetric efficiency. So we have calculated this volumetric, BSFC, and indicated thermal efficiency. So next we find out the heat balance sheet.